What's going on, everybody? Deer season is coming upon us, and I wanted to make a little video going through all my self-filming tree saddle gear and what I take to the woods when I'm going on a hunt with my saddle, camera, and my bow and arrow. Basically show you how I do it and what it consists of. I'm going to show you all the gear, and then we're going to go outside and get on a tree, and I'm going to show you how I set it up and basically how to go about filming your hunt as a self-filmer. So I decided to go to a saddle a couple years ago just because the mobility. So I work in field production as my job, and this gives me ultimate mobility when I'm filming someone else. Don't have to worry about bringing in a lock on or a camera stand. All I gotta have is my platform, my saddle, and my camera, and I'm ready to roll. But it also comes in handy when I'm self-filming by myself. So basically I'm gonna go from camera gear to hunting gear, just to kind of show everything throughout the way. So basically my main camera is a Canon EOS R. I've got a 24 to 240 lens on here, f4. It is a super nice setup. It takes really good pictures. I ran a Sony all summer and in the spring, and it did great. I loved it. I just needed something a little more geared for photography. So I went with the Canon EOS R to give me an edge on photography for my personal line of work. But it's also a great video camera, and I'm actually starting to prefer it over the Sony just because of ease of use. I'm running a Takstar SGC 598 shotgun mic, and then also from time to time I'll be running lavalier mics. This is a small rig mini matte box that allows me to run ND filters. You know, like today we've got really bright sun. I'll stick an ND filter in, it'll tone it down a lot and make for a lot prettier video. But super nice setup. I've got a couple different lenses for it. Got a battery grip, that's a must-have when you're in the woods if you're not running from an external battery source. Really keeps that battery life long. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. The EOS R is super cool camera. So for my camera arm, I have a Muddy Hunt Hard camera arm. This is one of their cheaper end ones, guys. So I basically took my budget and I said, okay, I'm gonna get my camera, the one I need for work, but then I'm gonna split it through everything else and get something that'll get the job done, that's lightweight, and make it easy on myself. And this is what I said on the Muddy Hunt Hard camera arm. Super cheap, I think it's like 60 bucks, and just comes with this mounting bracket and a strap, and it's a little aluminum two-piece camera arm. It's short, it's really good for being in the saddle, it's compact, it's lightweight like I said, and I paired it with an Avella V501 fluid head. Super smooth, fairly budget head too, guys. So everything I'm gonna have in this video I'll have listed in the description if you want to check it out. But this is a super good little setup, especially running this fairly light camera. Now if I was gonna beef up my camera, I would probably need to beef up my arm, but other than that, this thing gets the job done. So yeah, fluid head, must have, guys. Get that really smooth pans and tilts and stuff. So all right, next up we're gonna go to the saddle itself. So I run a Trophyline Covert Light saddle. Like I said, I've had this a couple years and it's killed a few deer, filmed a few deer, and I love it. Trophyline makes an awesome product, and I'm not affiliated with them, but I just really love their stuff. This is the black. I think they make the Covert and a Mossy Oak Bottomland too. And I'll basically kind of go over what's in my little pockets right here. So basically, I've got bow rope with a carabiner on the end for my bow. I've got a tree strap with hooks on it to basically hang all my gear, and that's it. That's all I have in that pocket. Now, it's gonna change throughout the seasons. I can put grunt calls in there, or rattle bag, case if I'm wanting to rattle deer in, or wind detectors, anything like that. So moving on to the pack. This is an Alps Trailblazer pack, and I'm telling you, this is probably the best pack that I can use for doing what I do. As you can see, it holds my platform in here nicely. This is actually a meat carrying pouch, you know, if you want to carry a leg out or something like that after you've dressed a deer. But it works great for my my platform. And go ahead and show you the platform. I just run a Hawk Helium, cheap platform. It works well. I've run it for 2 years, haven't had any problems. I've heard people that have had problems with these, but I haven't. So far, so good with that. Until it breaks. Hopefully it doesn't break when I'm standing on it. But basically, I'm not going to show you everything that's in the pack. It's a lot of stuff, you know, normal hunting gear. I really want to focus on the filming and, you know, saddle setup of this. But basically, I'm always going to have something to run my second angle camera, which is what I'm filming with right now. This is, you know, to put it up on the tree, anywhere that, put it on my tether where I can get a second angle and do my best to get a live reaction after, you know, the hunter or I have shot a deer or a turkey or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna have that in there. Basically, all my camera gear and hunting gear is gonna go in here along with, you know, my platform. So this is, I'll throw this in there. This is my bino harness, just an Alps Outdoors bino harness. Got my binos. These are just some fairly inexpensive binoculars, and I've also got some wind detector down there. So just something easy to get to. That way, check my wind, you know, glass around, super easy. Now, for probably one of the most important aspects of this is my climbing sticks. So these are Muddy climbing sticks. I think they're Muddy Pros is what they call them. And these are some aiders, one-step aiders I put on them with hose and some super beefed up paracord. I don't know if that's something I would really recommend. It works for me, it works great. Some people might be concerned about a safety issue, but this stuff's rated for like 2,000 pounds and it works great. They're a little dusty. They were in the back of the truck in Kansas, so they got tons of Kansas dust on them. But I love these sticks. They're not the lightest, but I love this little squeeze buckle. I think that's what it's called, where basically you wrap the rope around and put it through there, and it's secured. So the Muddy Pro sticks, definitely my choice for climbing sticks. I usually run 3 with the aiders, but if I'm really need to get high, I can run a 4th, stacks on, and I carry them in with me. So basically, that's it. Without further ado, let's get outside. I'm gonna show you how I set this up and kind of give you an idea of how to do this. All right, guys, so I've got my pack on, got my saddle on, and basically this is how I would go to the tree minus my bow and sticks. I'm not gonna climb up the tree. We're just gonna do this at eye level to make it easier for you guys to see. Basically, I'll show you everything that's on my pack. I've got my arms strapped on the side, my platform strapped on the back, my saddle, and basically I'll carry my bow in one hand and my sticks in the other when I'm walking to the stand. So yeah, let's get on a tree. Let's make this happen. All right, guys, so you can imagine, got my bow in one hand, got my sticks in one hand, and I approach my tree. I'm gonna set my bow down, pull my bow rope out, hook it up. It's tied to me. It's tied to my saddle, so it's not going anywhere. I'll just let it hang and then drop my sticks, put my first stick on, I take my lineman's rope, and I think I misspoke in here. This is my tether in this pouch. I keep my lineman's rope daisy chained right here on my side, and you know, just pull it out from the daisy chain, wrap it around the tree, hook it in, tighten it up. Basically, I'm hooked to the tree. So what I'm gonna do, I'm pretending I'm at height. I'm gonna swing my pack around like this, and I'm gonna snag my platform off. Fairly easy, but there's a couple ways to go about this. You can go ahead and put your hooks on, hanger pack, take the platform off. I prefer just to go ahead and get it off, get set, and then set all that stuff. So basically, I'm gonna set it right there. I'm gonna pull my loop around and hook it to the platform, cinch it down, push it in, and there it is. You're set on the tree like that. Bring my lineman rope up, and then I like to do this, really get it stuck in there where those teeth are grabbing. And then at that point, we can go ahead and hook the tether. I like to hook it about, I don't know, head height. Gives me enough room to put stuff under it and above it if I need to without it being too high. About forehead height. Pull this up. Take my bridge, unhook it, hook it in, screw in the carabiner, tighten my bridge up till everything's tight, and then I unhook it, and I have my lineman's rope, and all I do with that, daisy chain it up, and as you can see, it's fairly quick. This is a really good method of doing this. It's a good system in my opinion. I've been running it for a couple years and it works great. So next thing I'm going to do, go to my pocket and I'm going to grab my hooks. This is I think this is, let's see, yeah, this is an HME little strap with hooks on it. Basically, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to go around the tree, just like this, hook it in. Sure you guys can't see me, I'm going to need to adjust that camera. Alright, so I got my hooks in place, and I like to keep, I like to set up with the area I'm trying to shoot about 45 degrees left of my shoulder all the way to here. So this is what I'm going to try to shoot, what I expect the deer to do. And I'm going to hang my bag on the right side. So we're just going to hang it up. As you can see, I just strapped my camera arm into the side. So there you go, bag's hung. And then my bow would come, and I'll move a hook to right here, hang my bow, easy to get it off, to get it up. So next thing we're gonna do is tighten this up a little bit, is the camera arm. So basically, I've got everything in my pack, camera, base. So here we go. This is my base. I'm gonna loosen up the strap. So I like to put it just left of center. So basically, if this is center of the tree right in front of me, I'm gonna come right here to give me my best angle. So you've got your base to where you're ready to set it. I like it about waist high. It's gonna set up, it's gonna put your camera right here about chest high. You don't want it to be too high, but you also don't want it to be too low. So we're just gonna crank that down right there, like that. Get that nice and snug in the tree. And then boom, your base is set, just left of center. Then we're gonna pull the arm out of the straps. And it pops right in, super easy. And there's a level right on top of this where you can check, okay? I'm a little unlevel this way, and this is where I like to just pull it in, where it's level, and really lock it in. So there's your camera arm, okay? I like to keep mine just like this. That way I can pan, still got good clearance for my shot. If I gotta shoot here, I'm here, super easy. So we're gonna pull the camera out. slide it in. There we go. Get our head tight. So there we go. This is my setup. I like to keep my camera right here in front of me. Super easy to get to. I can you know, make those smooth pans super easy. And then if I want to film here, you know, it's super easy to get to. And that's what's important. You want to make it mobile. You want to make it to where everything's easy to access. And yeah, so basically my bow will be hanging here. It's easy to get to. Everything's super easy. Now, like, I know some people like keeping their camera arm to the right side, but this is just what's felt comfortable to me. And sometimes I'll change it. It all depends on the tree. But basically, yeah, that's it. Next thing you would do is get out your second angle and put it anywhere that makes sense. That's going to capture a good angle. Any limbs on these hooks. You can even do it on your tether sometimes. Just depends on the situation. Every tree is different. But yeah, guys, I hope this really painted kind of the picture of what it takes to sell film out of a saddle and gave you some ideas of what you would need to use. Like I said, this is a fairly budget setup saddle wise. The arm's fairly cheap, and I keep it very minimal. Camera, like I said, EOS R, super good camera. If you're looking for that mirrorless, I would recommend somebody starting out going with a camcorder or anything like that where, you know, it's punch, point and shoot. You hit record and you point, it auto focuses and everything. But, you know, for the most part, anybody can do this. This saddle, I got it on a Labor Day sale, got it pretty dang cheap, and I probably say this whole setup right here, excluding the camera, you know, saddle, pack, arm, platform, cost me less than $700 bucks at the most, with everything being on sale. So watch your sales and get those deals. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this kind of paints a picture of what you need to do to get into saddle hunting and self-filming at the same time. So this is my setup. This is what I'm going to be running this fall. And as you know, deer season's coming up on us. We've got just over 2 months until the early velvet season here in Mississippi. So hopefully we'll have us a buck lined out, maybe a little bigger than the one we shot last year, and it'll be an awesome time. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you took something from it. And if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. And thank you all for the subscriptions. You know, we're growing. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I really owe it all to you. I started this as a hobby, and it still is a hobby. It's my passion. But seeing it grow like this is really makes me happy. But yeah, guys, deer season's upon us. Be ready. We're going to be throwing out content as much as we can. And yeah, this is my saddle setup. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.